Hello and welcome to The Regulars. I'm Stacey McGonigal.
I'm Jason DeRoss.
I am back, baby.
And he just said that she hasn't checked in a minute. Doesn't matter. We haven't been here in a minute because Stacey's been on vacay.
I've been on vacay, baby. How art you, Jason?
Great.
Are you?
I was not on vacay, but I mean, like, kind of was, you know?
Well, listen, I did listen to the episodes. I loved the like, hey Stacey, we're sorry about that, Stacey.
Which part? When was this?
No, there was just like some times where there was a technical glitch and then there was a bit of panic and big apologies in post.
Yeah. It was. We had one where we just had we lost Jan for a second.
That's
and then
okay.
I turned into my Garth.
Yeah, there was a bit of a Garth moment, but I was jealous that I wasn't there to talk to these amazing guests you had. But instead, I listened to the episodes by a campfire like a good friend. Shauna says I look refreshed. Thank you.
But you feel it. We were talking before, and you feel it too.
Oh, I'm feeling refreshed. Let me tell you, I did this thing on vacation that I highly recommend everyone do. Go to bed early. You have nothing to prove.
My intention is always to go to bed early, and then it never happens.
I know.
Although the one or two times that it does, I'm like, yes, in bed. And but then your eyes are mine anyways. My eyes stay wide open, and I'm like, okay, well now it's 4:00. I shouldn't have went to bed early. This is stupid.
Right. I mean, like you and I are bad together. We wouldn't go to bed early, but there's nothing like having some like you're in the lake, you got a floaty, you're having some beers in the lake. It's beautiful. You're doing that all afternoon. You got your big sun hat on. Then you go home, you crush some chips, some dips, you get a burger in you, you watch the campfire, and then you're like, ooh, girl, it's 1 a.m. It's the witching hour. To bed I go.
That's perfect.
It was nice. It was nice. And my phone informed me that my usage was down over 63%.
We got to get rid of our phones.
You got to get rid of them.
The only time you need it is when you're coming
podcast.
to listen to the regulars.
Exactly.
That's it.
Claire says that she accidentally casted the stream to the TV where she says where the husband is playing, where her husband is playing Call of Duty instead of the Google Hub in her office. Nothing like
R.I.P. me.
Just playing video games and then hello BBs just popping on your screen. I missed everyone so much. I missed the podcast. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah,
now,
me too.
We'll just jump into it because I've been updating everyone on our Instagram. If you're not following us on Instagram, this is wild. Get on it. The Chloe Ting workout. How's it been going, Jason?
We're in day 13. Feeling good.
So I'm a little behind because I think I've taken 3 extra days off because I was
like 3 rest days, actually. Rest days?
Yeah,
that's
because
what you get for vacation, you know?
Well, no, I was doing the workouts during vacation every day. And it felt amazing, and I've been seeing crazy results. But I was also then going into like the lake for hours and like swimming forever.
Yeah.
So I kind of overdid it a little bit.
Oh, so now you're going to take 3 days off.
No. So now I think I'm on day 10.
So you did take day. You were doing it every day, but then you stopped for a bit because you were overdoing it.
And then my rest day was when I was leaving to come back to coming back here. And then yesterday I was supposed to work out, and then my house was a mess. So then I did a half-assed workout that I have to redo today. I was like, it's not good enough.
It's a tough one.
Yeah. Elizabeth,
although you're a few behind, I guess. So yeah,
I'm a few behind. Where you're at. Elizabeth says that she's on day 5. She restarted, and her best friend is doing it with her. You need a pal.
You know what? We listened to Adam Colley, the most fit man on the planet. That's how he's going to be named from now on. And he tells you take a little detour. Doesn't matter. You just get back on that road. You're heading right to that same destination.
Yeah, who cares?
Took a little detour. Sat at a McDonald's rest stop for a bit. Found the picnic tables were a little disgusting. Got back on the road.
Yeah, I did take some. I did take some extra days, and I'm feeling great. I've been taking photos, and Jason, I'm nervous to post.
You got some befores and some afters?
I did day 1, day 4, and then yesterday after my half-assed workout that I have to redo today. Let me tell you.
I mean, like, oh, and yep, Jameson also, and he was texting me about it too.
Yeah.
His knee's been bogging him, but like, so now I don't even know. It's if I was saving some surprises for the end,
What do you mean?
but maybe I don't. Well, I had some information.
What information?
One, did I take a before picture? I did take a before picture. Do I feel good about it? Definitely not.
Oh my God, my before
then
picture, burn it. I will never have sex with anyone ever, ever.
My problem is then I took one like a week into it. I was like, great, I'll do like every
Yeah.
week. The picture, if you held it up, it's
No.
stunning how great of a photographer I am because
No.
I'm literally standing the same. It's like you can't. If we were in one of those bars and it was like, tell these pictures apart, you'd be like, they're the same picture.
I
There's
don't.
nothing different
I
between
don't
them.
believe you for a second. So I don't believe your eyes on your body. I trust my eyes on your body more than your own. So
I
you
don't
can
know if
send
I'm
me
putting
those
these
pics.
babies out.
Well, that's the thing. Haley is living her best life, as she said. While you were gone, my boyfriend and I ordered Slurpees and snacks one day from DoorDash. That is peak quarantine, and that is living your best life, as far as I'm concerned. I did
Yeah, it
take
could be that my diet is the worst.
Oh,
Although I've been doing, actually, that's a lie. I've been doing so good with my diet, but then like late night TV hits, and you're just like, well, I did so good all day.
Oh, Jason.
I'll have this cookie.
Let me just tell you the best.
Well, I'll have a couple of cookies. And then you're like, oh, God damn it. I fucked the whole day.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I've literally had the worst diet this whole week. I was on vacation mode. So,
But
like,
you were in a cottage. You were eating burgers. You were eating chip and dip. You were eating hot dogs, probably even. You had
hot
a
dogs on the
dog at one
fire.
point.
I was eating ribs. I was eating potato salad. I was eating chicken wings. I was
Okay,
eating.
well then.
I was eating
But you're
marshmallows
also
in
proud of your
between
pictures.
Oreos.
So, like, how great.
I know, Jason, but I was drinking like basically my name should be Margarita. Like that's how many I had. My body should be the shape of a moose head bottle. Like, let me just tell you, it was cheat day
Wait a
every day,
second.
baby. What?
So basically, we're named after what we. I'm like, what do I call myself? Like, just mixed alcohol for the rest of my life. That's going to be my name.
Oh my God. I mean, Jason, like I had the worst diet. I don't eat like that normally. I mean, I love beer, but
Well, welcome to the life of DeRoss.
so now I'm like, for the last week of Chloe Ting, I'm like, okay, I got to reset. And like, we'll see. Stacy Margarita's the new name.
Here's the other bit. This is where I was like, Stacey's gonna get mad at this surprise, but I was like, at first I thought it was funny.
What?
Do you know when you have like something and you're like say you talk to a neighbor all the time,
No.
and eventually like,
Why would I?
well, I can't ask you your name now because
Oh yes, my whole life.
past that point.
Mm-hmm.
So at first I thought this was funny, and now I'm like, and then I was gonna tell you, and then I'm like, well, we've passed that point, and I don't know how to tell you this.
What?
I did do the Chloe Ting 30-day challenge. I'm not doing the 14-day challenge.
I knew it. And can I tell you something? Can I tell you something?
Mhm.
All the research I've done on all of her challenges, the biggest critique is that people didn't see as much of a result as the 2-week shred when they do the 30-day program.
I thought it would be longer, and I was like, this. I don't know how it's different. I've looked at both of them, and they're pretty like they're the same thing. It's just a longer thing.
No,
But
the 2-week challenge.
She has so many different
I know.
programs.
But the 30-day or like the 28-day summer shred, a lot of people are not satisfied with the program. It's the 2-week shred that
I'm not
people.
doing the summer shred. I'm doing one from it's from 2019. It's just called 30-day challenge because there is the summer shred as well. That's also.
I just
30
don't know why
days.
you wouldn't do the 2-week challenge. Like,
To be honest, I couldn't find it. There's all because I did not name like 2-week challenge. There's a lot of different names, and I
you
couldn't
literally
find
go
it.
to chloeting.com and then you
Yep.
select 2-week shred, and then she has her full schedule on there. You bookmark that, and you
Nice.
call it a day.
Not now. Maybe after the 30 days, I'm going to jump into another challenge. She has so many challenges on there.
Oh,
I
I'm
didn't do them
doing.
all.
So listen, I'm doing another challenge. Okay, I'm feeling refreshed after this challenge, and listen, I'm also Pelotoning now, so I'm also adding cardio on top of these workouts because
I
they're
still
pretty
can't get
short.
a bike. I still can't get a bike. It's insane the shortage of bikes out there.
We are talking as if there are guns to our head. I still can't get a bike. I can't get a bike.
I feel like in my life there's a gun to my head at all times.
Well, Jason, I said
like
to
that's
you.
how I walk around in life.
I said to you, do the 2-week shred. I knew in your eyes you were like, I'll find something else. I'll find something else.
You gave me a menu and said order their special, and I was like,
They're
Is
special.
their special something weird? Yeah, but you wouldn't tell me to get that. You'd be like, these
You
people
know
are known
what?
for burgers. Get a
Because you're
burger.
my friend, I will send you my progress pictures.
Okay.
The first one is wild.
Well, It would have been around that time. Like you did put out a picture of you in your bathing suit that people were really like, nice bathing suit.
Oh, I loved your support on that. I think it was also on the podcast where you're
I don't
like,
think I put
"Stacey-"
anything on it.
No, but you posted on the podcast like Stacey posted a bathing suit pic, and I was like, that's really nice. I'm getting support on my thirsty pic.
But you were really like into that suit.
The suit was amazing. Can I tell you, everyone, bathing suits for women are a nightmare. Okay,
Oh, okay.
especially if if you got some curves, if you've got some gals, you know. And I will tell you,
I thought they'd be
ModCloth.
fun. If I was like, oh, I gotta go buy a bathing suit, I'd be like, this is gonna be a fun time. Although I say that, and I'm like, I hate doing it as a guy.
Great. So then, okay. So then, there you go. So for
but guys have like, you got to pick between like
oh my
dumb
god.
board shorts or dumb board shorts.
Well,
And
listen,
then there you go.
you know how Jason and I feel about a male bathing suit. I've never seen one that's great. They're also usually paired with a fabric thong sandal, which truly are from the pits of hell.
Yeah.
But I have found
That suit, what you just described, just spells the word bro somehow.
oh,
The word bro and that
Bro.
goes together like.
when I think of bro, I think of fabric thong sandals and like just so many patterns on a board.
Peter
short.
Weber.
Peter Weber. Ugh, which I can't. Shayla, thank you for the bathing suit support. And Crystal, ModCloth is awesome.
What's ModCloth? Is that where your bathing suit came from?
It's a website, and it.
Has nothing to do with guys' bathing suits.
I think they might have guys bathing suits, but
Check it out. I'll check it out.
but they have like great separates,
Mm-hmm.
and they're a bit pricier, but mahalo. But yeah, they're really
I tell
great.
you this.
What?
While you were gone, I watched a documentary because we're trying to get Charlie, because he's watching a little TV right now, being in peak quarantine. And so we're trying to force the TV to be educational. So we're like National Geographic.
Can
or
he write
whatever.
his name?
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, okay.
He's writing a lot. He's doing, we're like Matt. When he goes to bed, instead of reading stories, sometimes he goes, "Can I do some math equations with you?" And I was like, "Sounds great,
Great.
buddy."
No, I just think it's really funny that you're like, we thought it would be important that he watched documentaries. I'm like,
Something like that's
Okay.
not just, you
Sure.
know, Madagascar penguins running around, which he loves.
that sounds sick.
But we were watching this one, and it was about making Hawaii a national park. And this, so they had like, they showed the town hall where
Mhm.
these people were up, and it was like, most of the people speaking were like old white guys,
Okay.
which I thought was weird in Hawaii. I'm like,
Yeah.
where's people like, I don't know. But then there was this one guy that got up, and he was like the epitome of like, he's like, and we got to do it. There's this, the science is there, guys. We have to make sure, just check the science. Mahalo. And he walked away.
If we're not doing our due diligence as a company, then what are we even doing here? Mahalo.
Peter's got some good point. Wait, what did he say at the end there? Okay, he's fired.
That's really great. That's funny.
I'm gonna use that a lot in my life now. Like I'm gonna go through the drive-through and be like, "Can I get 2 cheeseburgers, a chicken nugget?" I think that's it. Mahalo.
I don't. Yeah, Elizabeth just goes, Jason, what was that story?
It was just to get to a point where I was like, "While you were gone, I did think of you because some guy said mahalo," and I was like,
Oh,
"Someone said it in real life for no reason."
It's
And
nice-
it did not seem like a bro.
it's nice to be missed.
It was a long walk for a pretty short.
It was
day
okay.
off.
Listen, I'll take a long walk if it means someone was thinking about me. You know.
Mhm, mhm.
I will tell you. I want to tell you a little bro story that happened to me betwixt the lake and myself.
Okay.
So I was in the lake, and we're having a little swim. I figured out how to have a beer in one hand, just float in a noodle. We're having a good time. My big straw hat. We're all having a great time. These 3 brosifs, young, maybe 17, 18,
Yeah.
tanned, 3 fishing rods,
Oh, I was gonna say
Walk-
sea-doos, but okay, great.
walk off the rock, like jump off the rocks onto the beach, drop a bag, wait no seconds at all, walk right into the lake, like up to here with their fishing rods, just start fishing. Like no boat, no nothing. It was wild. I was
I
like,
feel like we're dueling banjos at this point. Like we're just like pointless story to pointless story now.
you don't think
our
that's an
dueling
interesting story? Have you ever seen anyone fish like that?
banjo. Yeah.
But then I realized me staring at them with my straw hat, with my beer, with my noodle that I just look like a cougar.
Look at those idiots.
No, but I was like, look at those boys. Hey, boys.
You caught me.
Ooh. You're going to need to use your extra muscles to get this one in.
How big was your hat?
I think it was in my infamous bathing suit boomerang. It was it's kind of like this with like a little string on it. I bike around the city with it, with my helmet on and then my hat in the back, so I can go whoop, make the transition. It's very nice. So I guess when will we be doing our reveals, our Chloe Ting before afters? If you're now doing the 30-day,
that's the whole thing. Like,
yeah.
We can do it 14 days. Well, let's do it after you do 14 days then. How about that? Because it gives me a bit more time, because I don't know what's happening, but I'm seeing zero changes.
I don't actually care about your journey because it's not an authentic journey, and
it's an authentic journey.
It's not really. So what
Have you seen me sweating? Look, this is the whole thing. I knew I would say this and you'd be like, well, it's an easier one. I'm like, it's definitely not an easier one.
You knew, okay, but I'm saying I did so much research on it, and everyone was like, the 2-week shred is the best. You see crazy results. And then the 30-day, people were like, yeah, I kind of saw results.
Mm-hmm.
Jan's in the chat, and she said that she's seen the hat. It's big, and it's perfect. Thank you, Jan.
I just thought it would be only fitting on this podcast that if I didn't do the right one, that it would be fitting. But now it feels like, well, I kind of fucked that up.
I think it's pretty lame, but you do whatever you want, I guess. I'm not mad. I'm just really disappointed.
Oh, don't pull that crap. That's the worst crap. You're not even a parent. What's happening?
Well, I feel like I'm a parent to you, and it's just constant disappointment and wondering where I've led you wrong is what I want to know. Also, it is the 25th anniversary, I believe it was yesterday, of the movie Clueless.
Oh, that's why I saw that stuff about her popping up. I saw like a lot of posts popping up.
Yeah.
It's also the 25th anniversary, I think, of Jazzmatazz.
What's Jazzmatazz?
Is it Jazzmatazz?
What the hell are you talking about?
Gangstar album.
Oh.
Pretty good album.
Sick. Okay. Sick.
Annie's in. Annie's going to jump on board right now. 2-week shred.
Great. Annie, welcome. I mean, you'll be done before Jason, that's for sure.
Yep, you will. But Jason is going for it's a marathon and not a sprint is what's happening.
I will tell you, like, being out in the wilderness, in the country, in the woods, dare I say, it really made me just want to live out there full time. It just seems so peaceful, like living on the lake. How nice.
Yeah, I know. It's been like, especially with quarantine going on and like there's not a lot of like work stuff happening. You're like, what's life anymore?
Oh, yeah. And it was like, so the woman who I rented from, she like popped in as I was leaving, and so she was asking us like, what do we do? And we were like, oh, we're like, she's like, oh, I guess you're back to work. I was like,
no,
just kind of returning to a different type of vacay, I guess. I like to think of it as purgatory, just floating about, thinking about becoming a vlogger. Kelsey wants to know what happened with your country home dreams. They're happening, but it requires money, and that's now on the vision board. Money in a country home.
I've seen one of the country homes you were actually looking at, and it was very nice.
I mean, actually looking at, like, what could I possibly afford?
The thing is, there's a seed in there because you literally went on some sort of website.
But don't you ever just go on real estate websites?
All the time.
Right.
Because I'm planting seeds because I'm going to make that move.
But the problem is you're not going to do the 2-week move. You're going to do the 30-day move, and it's going to be way more complicated.
It's going to be complicated, but in the end, my house is going to be strong. Foundation's going to be solid. Oh.
I still just can't get over that you're not doing the 2-week trend.
It's the same. It's like I've been watching what you guys are doing, and I'm like, it's the same thing. All she does is like put a collection of videos together that are similar exercises for the most part. And
they're not, though. The 2-week shred is different.
What are you doing that's different than the 30-day one?
Well, I'm doing the one video that says do this every day.
Yep.
Then I'm doing 11 line abs. I'm doing the ab shred,
Yeah.
lower body, upper body.
Yeah, they're all sounds very same, very similar.
Very same. It sounds
Very same.
very
It sounds
same.
very same.
I don't know. We'll see, Jason.
Like you go through it, you do your up and downs.
I
Jason,
love
just start the 2-week shred. I will start the 2-week shred the second I'm done the 30-day shred.
Do you see how annoying it is in real life? Like, it's just like, Jason, here's this path. And then, like, here's
the thing
all.
is, like, you sent me a link, and that led me to the 30-day
No,
one. Like, that's
not only
where I got it from.
First of all, I sent you copious amounts of videos of results. I said, look.
The reason why I got to where I got is because I clicked on the link you sent me.
Right.
That's where I
but
got
what
the
did
30-day
when
one
I
from.
sent
That's
the
what-
link, what did I say?
You when you send a link, normally you just say click this link. That's what people say. in
And I
emails.
said,
like,
check out the 2-week shred.
yeah,
I didn't
but
say
then I was already on that link, and then I looked at them all, and I was like, they're pretty similar. I'm gonna do the one you sent me.
this is the all-in thing, right? Like, there's no hey, moderation, right? You're just like, no, what's like hard things I can cut out of my diet? Oh my God, Jameson, do your own
Thank
ting,
you, Jameson.
buddy.
Do your own ting, and great. I love it. Ting's a drink. Love it. So,
I also love Chloe Ting so much. I mean, the music, I mean, I wish there was like, you know, a switch up, but I don't really mind it that much because the workouts are so hard. I also have no upper body and I can see myself like getting stronger in my arms, which is amazing. I think it's really begun like a nice fitness journey for me. And I just like feeling strong and knowing I accomplished a workout. I'm less
I feel stronger. Like I'm day 3, I think it was like, oh, these workouts are already getting easier. And by the time the first week was up, I was like, these are easier. I need harder ones. And then I did the harder ones. I was like, this is great. It's because she throws in like in the second week, she throws in these
but
other
like,
ones, and you're like, oh, great.
I can say that all I need, and now I have this in my mind, so I'm going to keep this up, is like, we're here on the podcast always like, oh, we need to become the afters, like the afters. But really, I've only been working out a week and a half every day with a few like a couple days in between. And like, I was in a bathing suit at a cottage being like not thinking twice. Like I was just like, give me a beer, like walking out confidently. Like it really is like
Your 30s are so nice where you could be like work out for a bit and be like, well, my body's good again.
no, it's not that it's good again, but I'm like, oh, I'm doing something good for it. And then that at least helps me mentally go like, oh, I can have some chips and dip. Who cares? You know, which is freeing.
Kayla wants us to jump into the blender.
I've checked
Also,
out
I do have
Fitness
to say this
Blender.
before we even move on. Now I am feeling a bit destroyed. I don't know. Me and Elizabeth don't know each other, but she's a part of the community, and I have so much respect for her. And now I feel like I've let her down.
Well, you not only have you first of all, I'm also your friend.
I'm so sorry I let you down, Elizabeth.
Fitness Blender is really good. I have tried Fitness Blender.
They have
very
cardio,
good.
strength, equipment, no equipment. No equipment is where I'm at.
Well, that's what I wanted to say. And
Thank God. This is the one thing about Chloe Ting.
I just
that
talked about the music, but you weren't listening to me. I literally just
No,
had.
I was going to say about the terrible music in the background.
I was talking
wanna
about the
play my own
music.
What's that?
I was just talking about the music. This is how I know when you're not listening to me.
Elizabeth, I will do better.
Like I can see when you're not listening to me at all.
Yeah. That's just you looking. Yeah, I'm terrible. I guess.
Can I tell you? Okay, let's just get off this. I just wanted one last thing. I did order some resistance bands. So
I have resistance bands. Yeah.
no, but I got cloth ones, baby.
How do they stretch if they're cloth?
Well, they're fabric, so they're not rubber, so they don't like roll or squish or do anything like that.
I like the rubber ones.
Yeah,
but over
you would.
time they break.
Of course, you like the rubber ones, which are notoriously
Everybody loves
the
the rubber
worst.
ones. That's the normal everyday thing. If you go to like a gym, you're not going to see cloth bands lying around.
Yeah, you actually will.
I've never seen them before in my life, but maybe I don't go to a gym.
I don't think that you do. Jenny just says, you all make me feel so dang lazy and lumpy. Absolutely not. Jenny, first of all, you are
Jenny travels
perfect.
the world. I mean,
you
maybe
travel
not right
the
now, but
world.
Jenny,
You have your own successful business. Like, give me a break on it. You are the woman,
let
woman
us
of the
have
world.
one thing. It's half-heartedly working out.
Yeah, everyone. No, Lumpy, get this Lumpy out of this chat. Jan, adding to it.
Jen is the swim queen.
Swim queen. So I did want to do a quick switch over to some things. What?
Jameson's right.
It's just a bunch of shirts that you have to rip off Hogan style. What's this? What did I miss?
I imagine that's the fabric, the bands. I'm like, yeah, that's great.
Oh, yeah. No, I can't with you right now. You've got like a little fire in you. You're so like devious, and you're a liar, and it's just I don't know.
Well, where did liar come into this?
Well, I just think that
Devious
you are
I can
one.
take. All the rest of it I can take.
You're a liar.
No, trickster, prankster.
Baby, I didn't cheat on you. Okay, I just pulled a prank. I pulled a prank.
Do you know what a lie is? Yeah. No, yeah, I never do that. Anyways, good prank.
Good prank. I'm a good pranker.
You didn't tell me about your other family in another country.
April Fool's, bitch.
It's January. Long game. Started this in April.
Claire just says Jason is so chaotic today. It's a fun mood when Jay gets like this. It's nice.
Where's Elizabeth though? I lost her.
Kayla says adjustable dumbbells are also great. They can be kind of pricey, but are worth the investment. I need to look up what those are. I don't even know.
Who we need to listen to most is Shayla, because Shayla's like queen of all of this. She's killing it.
I did want to quickly shift into something I was watching that I feel like might be interesting or not to people. I can't quite say, but I watched, this will probably be useless, but I watched that Zac Efron show on Netflix where he's traveling.
Oh, right. I only know that there's a picture of him like coming out of the water.
So I watched the first one where they go to Iceland.
It sounds like a disappointed.
Zac Efron, I don't know if anyone's watched it. I'd be curious about your opinions, but like, I think he's a bro and he's not funny. And him and his like.
Wait a minute. Is Zac Efron a bro is surprising to you? Didn't he make like fraternity movies with like Seth Rogen or something? Like,
yeah, no, like, first of all, like, Shayla, thank you.
Courtney pulls no punches.
Oof, watch it last night. Zac is dumb. Yeah. He's with this, what he calls like, first of all, the show is about sustainable living. And I halfway through I thought, does he live a sustainable life? Like, is he the person to be learning from? So Jan, thank you for bringing that up to me, reminding me. In Iceland, there's a scene that made me so pissed. They were so, okay. So they go to Iceland and this guy is preparing like classic traditional Icelandic dishes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's traveling with this like his eco friend, which I question if they're even really friends because they.
No, this is the guy that was like, I need somebody to make this movie with me because he's probably actually eco-friendly and.
But not
the world.
really,
Like,
because he doesn't engage with anyone. He and all he keeps going is like, the world's crazy, bro. That's all he says. Like this eco guy who's vegan. Okay, so vegan, strictly vegan. Okay, so they go for a traditional Icelandic meal. This chef prepares reindeer tartare. Okay.
Very vegan.
He hunted this reindeer. He explains how difficult it was, how he hunted it. He had to carry it over his back for miles.
Well, he didn't have to do that.
Well, but he wanted to. And but he said like because it's so rare and because it's so difficult, he'll use every piece of the animal. And whether you agree with that or not, like he hunted it, blah blah blah, whatever. They're so freaking. Bro,
get a sled.
They are so.
You're in a sled.
Freaking rude to that guy, and it's just like rich people being rude. Like they didn't enjoy it. They couldn't even pretend they enjoyed it. The vegan guy was so dismissive. It was off-putting. I really went on a rant there, but I would.
This is not an endorsement because now I'm like, I was
an
like,
endorsement?
Oh, I gotta watch this.
No,
I'm not watching this.
Absolutely not. Jameson said, he's trying so hard not to be a bro, though. That's what's funny to me. And Kayla says, my friend recommended the show to me because she found the locations cool, but I'm worried about the Zac factor. And you should be.
Yeah, you know what? There's other places to watch cool places.
And also, like, and I'm not judging this, and like allegedly, and full allegedly.
Finally, we got the allegedly out. It's been a while, and somebody got a
know.
mug today.
I know.
Was it Kayla? Was it her mug that arrived
Okay,
today?
Jan, I was literally just about to say this with all these allegedlys. He's either super hungover or he's high because his eyes are so glassy. Glassy. And then when he gets into the water, you can see his full buff bod and he looks like a baseball player. He's got those shitty bro shorts with like a shark mouth on it. Too much. And it's just like they
Got
don't
a puka shell necklace in this thing, or-
basically he is a walking puka shell necklace.
Yeah.
Jan, we
He
need to
needs to
talk
get one
about this.
tattooed on.
I think that Jason and I should be given a travel show and actually learn about sustainability because what we would actually do is ask about it, which none of them do on that show. And then they don't care about anybody. They made fun of everyone in the Iceland, the various towns they were at. I was over it.
Yeah.
Darren, that's the other guy's name. Darren, Woof City, USA, full pant load. Can't with it. He's like if someone put a hat on a Bud Light Lime can and it came to life. And I agree. And I also love Bud Light Lime. Okay, but I wouldn't like this one.
It's like that movie Mannequin when the mannequin comes to life, except it's just like all the worst things of a frat party. We'll build a whole like team. They'll be the bigger guy. He's made out of a keg and like we got
Jason,
the little corona.
They're in Iceland and they're doing like my precious. They're doing that voice and like Yoda, like oh whatever.
Why are
Yoda
they doing
because
my
they're
precious?
because they think they're in Lord of the Rings land, which is New Zealand.
New Zealand.
And then then Darren does an impression of Yoda and he goes, dude, yeah, totally, Yoda. I was so pissed. Jenny, please watch it.
I'm not doing it.
Oh, she's going to stick to Indian matchmaking, which I wanted to watch. I have to do that.
There's probably so much TV there is so much TV all the time now. It's all we're talking about because what else is life right now?
No, but I'm telling you,
like,
I want you to watch this. I want you to watch the Zac Efron show. Just the first episode. I think the next one had Anna Kendrick, which between you and me, snooze. Don't care. Anna Kendrick, I have so many questions.
Darren's J-Bone's dad.
Actually, Jason, you would love Darren, and I would be really perplexed at the friendship. Totally.
Let me watch it and we'll see what happens then.
I really want to go to Iceland.
Wednesday, we're chatting about what's the show called?
I think it's called Poo Poo, This Is a Waste.
Okay, I'll look it up. I'll type it in.
Yeah. It was bad. You know what documentary I did watch last night, though? Athlete
Which
A.
one? Baraka.
No, Athlete
which
A.
one?
Do you want me?
Athlete Day?
Athlete A. It was about
Athlete A.
the pedophile doctor in the USA Gymnastics.
Oh.
And then like how the USA I believe the gymnastics organization covered it up and it was this huge thing and like just dives into like that whole like world and it's devastating. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's just like also unpacks like like the unbelievable world of these athletes and like the trauma.
Simone Biles has a masterclass. I might watch that one.
Would you actually follow it, or are you going to try and find a longer version?
Yeah, I don't think you can find a longer version, or I'd find it.
I know. Chelsea says that was so shocking. Yeah, the doc. How could they not see what he was doing in those how-to videos? Yeah, he made these like how-to videos, which were so problematic.
Do they start? Yeah, like bring him over.
No, yeah, he has these little girls on a table, and he's adjusting them, and it's problematic. And those were like, I believe, on the internet for anyone to see.
If they're in these how-to videos and you're the parent, don't you go, what's happening here?
A lot of it, he would block his hands, like the parents couldn't see while he was making the adjustments. It's disgusting and terrible. And like also like these elite athletes would go to these ranches to practice for the Olympics or to be considered for competition, blah, blah, blah. And parents were not allowed. The parents could not contact them or rarely. And then like these young women are and again, like I'm assuming this is also with men, but this was a female focused documentary. They were like, oh, we were competing with like busted up backs, knees, toes, ankles, wrists. Like they would just make them keep competing, and smack them, push them, give them obviously eating disorders. I don't mean that in light ways, but they would be weighed every day. It's just like terrible. Yeah.
That's crazy. And then what is this? Because I don't want any, I guess, spoiler alerts, but like it doesn't matter. This is terrible. But how did he do Ted Bundy? What does that mean?
That was Zac Efron.
I think
Zac Efron. Remember he played Ted Bundy. But Athlete A is so good, so worth watching, and yeah, unbelievable, crazy.
I don't know. It's gonna break me for sure.
I know, but it's like worth watching.
For sure. Yeah,
you know?
Got it.
Yeah. What's not worth watching again? Zac Efron teaching me about sustainability. And also, you can't trust someone who goes to the like volcano, like the center of a volcano wearing beige khaki skinny jeans. No, thank you. Who art you? Absolutely not. Can you imagine, Jason, we were going for a hike and you showed up in like light khaki, like skinny jeans? I'd be like, what are you doing? I can't walk with you like this.
Yeah, we went on a hike with someone the other day and they were like falling over dead because it was like, it's hot out here right now, man. And people I went with a friend, maybe he's listening to this, hi. But like halfway up the hill, he was like falling over dying because I'm like, why didn't you wear like,
shorts,
athletic wear,
oh my
breathable
God.
stuff?
I'm really picky about that. Like, if you think you're going to date me and we're going to like relax on the couch and you're going to wear jeans, you got another thing coming. I won't be able to relax. I'll be like, what are you doing?
You guys playing basketball? Pass me the ball. You're wearing dress shoes and dress pants.
Do you know how many like boyfriends I've probably scared off? Because I'm like, I just got you a pair of sweatpants when you're at my house. You can go put them on. Like,
that's amazing.
Thank you. I know. But it's because of me. It's my thing. Like, what, I'm going to like cuddle up to you while you're wearing jeans? No, not happening.
That sounds like, it sounds twofold. One, it sounds like I've given up on life, but in a good way. I don't know. It just feels like, I realized this last night because we're watching a lot of TV right now because there's not a lot going on. So like you're on the couch and you're like, life's just passing me by.
Right.
But it feels like these breaks of like sitting in jogging pants and watching a movie together, something that still sounds like the best.
It is the best. Like, I don't know what we're fighting here. Like, it is the best.
I'm not fighting anything. This is like, this is how I learned about chip and dip, was just sitting around in high school and being like, hey babe, what do you want to do? Chip and dip?
Chip and dip is the best.
Chip and dip, jogging pants, hang out.
It's so unsettling when people are like, I'm fine. And I'm like, okay, but that wasn't a question, right? I'm telling you, like, these jeans are illegal during relaxed time. So go figure it out. Same with people who like eat and like who stand and eat. I'm like, no, sit down. Please sit down. I can't relax.
I ain't standing up sometimes.
Well, of course, you're a parent. Like, I understand that. Like, I also, like, listen, have I been known to eat a pickle over the sink time and time again? Of course. Right?
Yeah,
but,
you're a lady.
I'm a lady.
Over the sink. Not over the counter.
Yeah. I also finished Unsolved Mysteries. Have you finished them?
No. I didn't finish it, but we can talk about it. I did watch the whole first episode. The one with the guy that there's a hole in the roof and everything.
The first episode of Unsolved Mysteries is it's just okay. So Unsolved Mysteries in general, I will say, is just an expose on basically how useless the police are. Useless.
But it is. But the problem is, you watch shows like CSI or whatever, and they've got like all these state of the art things, and like we're doing all this, and I'm like, that's probably not what a police station is like at all. We're all just used to like them having a ton of.
Let me just
whatever.
explain. The first episode, they go, "How do you fall through that little hole? Seems almost impossible." We wanted to ask his best friend who got him that job and is the owner of that building, and the guy just went, "Nah, I'm good." And they're like, "What am I supposed to do? Force him to talk to me?" Yes. You're the police. You're the police.
This is what I don't understand. They made everybody in that office sign an NDA. Like, of what?
Of what?
So the police can go. That's like someone murdered somebody and his family all knows and goes, no, 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 no. You guys all signed the NDA.
Yeah.
You guys,
There you go. Don't talk.
I know that you thought that you were signing up for Girl Guide cookies, but that was an NDA. You're
Yeah.
signed up for an NDA. You can't talk about how I killed everybody.
And the police were like, what are we going to do? They've never spoken to that guy. What are we going to do? He doesn't want to talk to
or
us.
anybody in the office. Where
Exactly.
Like, but that's why these things are supposed to lead you down a road and be like, okay, Knights Templar and like Illuminati and all of these things are true. And this is what's going on here. And you know what? Maybe, because I still think like billionaires are billionaires and like shit's going down. But that's why his wife was like, he was coming close on something. Something was coming.
Of course he was. Like, first of all, who runs out of their house in flip-flops? And they really kept focusing on that shot. That poor reenactment actor, like with a little
And it was
And also, can we discuss the business associate? She was like, my business associate friend was staying with us. And I'm like, well, what's that situation?
yeah. That was the first thing I thought too.
Yeah. What's going on there?
It's okay because Janet was there. Janet was staying in our house.
Janet's
so that was
my,
all right.
but she wasn't like, Janet's my friend. She was like, Janet's my business associate. Okay.
It's why I had a hard time moving on though too, because I was like, I'm never gonna know the answer to this because they didn't do the work, and now I'm upset.
They didn't do the work at all, and the detective was like, I moved on. What am I gonna do? When he just said no. Can you imagine telling the cops like, I don't want to tell you.
You got to, please.
Please tell me, please. He fell through this hole.
Look at this flip flop. It's broke right here.
When she still had them, I was like, get rid of it.
And then they went through that whole note, and she's like, "Believe me, it's not a suicide note. I know my husband." I'm like, "We all knew it wasn't. It's a list of movies."
Yeah, like it sounds like he was starting a blog and didn't want anyone to steal his ideas. I found
What
this.
if it was a suicide note? Oh my god, I'm distressed. The Big Chill. Usual Suspects.
Fievel Coast
How else
West.
do I feel right now? Never ending story, that's for sure.
Grease 2. He was obsessed with movies. Like, a lot of it was just tough. A lot of it was tough. But she was like, here's his cell phone. I was like, plug it in. Like, plug in the phone and see who the last person he called was. It was from...
Also, that was a pretty hilarious cell phone though too.
Oh.
She's like, it's not a scratch. I was like, that sounds like a commercial for whatever phone that
she's
was.
just like, it came into frame too. She's like, here's the cell phone. She's like, Nokia, not a scratch. I was like, the cops can't plug that in. The cops don't have an adapter. Oh, the call comes from the company, but he makes them sign an NDA. Like, you can't get a warrant?
Yeah, there's something going on for sure.
Yeah, Haley, the hole looks like he was literally shot out of a cannon.
But also then when they were like, he can't jump from this area. And then they showed the ledge and they're like, and he couldn't have climbed down on this ledge, which looks like a bridge. Like it looks like a pathway. The bridge, she's like,
Also,
there's no one can go on that. And they showed it. It's like 7 feet wide. I'm like, I could do a catwalk down there. I could be on RuPaul's Drag Race and walk down there and be safe.
hello, good reference. Love that. Also, when they were like, people discovered the hole outside. I'm like, how? Who was walking around going, is that a hole? I wouldn't have clocked it at all.
Yeah.
Anyways,
but even if it's like, great, they found the hole and I don't know, like it's pretty obvious.
I hate to break it to you, Jason, but the majority of the episodes are cops going, what were we supposed to do? And you going, I don't know, arrest those people?
Yeah.
There's one. Okay, first of all, there's an alien one. Brutal. Not worth your time. Boring, boring, boring. This one guy's like, I was brought
Also,
up into
with
this.
an NDA though, there's got to be something in it
NDAs
for
are
you
nothing.
consequential or not, because it's like, for example, they go, well, I hate bringing up like political stuff or whatever, but it's like Trump made whatever Stormy Daniels or whatever sign an NDA. It's like, well, great, he gave her $1 million. She goes, I'll shut up about it. The worst thing that happens to her is she has to give the $1 million back, right? Because you're breach of contract.
Oh God.
So it's like, what did
I
this
don't know.
company do for an NDA? Be like, we're giving you all $1 million. You got to sign an NDA. Or did they just be like, no, you work here. Your job's at risk if you don't sign this. Like,
Job's at risk.
It doesn't make sense.
Of course
it
it
doesn't make sense
doesn't.
because someone go out and be like, we all murdered that guy. But
And also
sign
the
this paper,
and
and
the
then you can't
cops
tell
were just
anybody.
like, what were we supposed to do?
I'm like, I'm livid now.
Well,
I want to go
like
in this
a,
office.
a lot. You should watch more of the episodes because it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild when you're like, they had to what? And there's one, I believe it's the last episode, is just a complete shit show. It's unbelievable.
They save it for the last one, of course.
No.
Is
I
that
don't.
the France one that Jameson's
No,
talking
the
about?
France one I think is the third episode, and it is wild.
I still want to go back and watch the old ones because I think it was Jameson that said that a lot of them were solved at now, and so you can go check it up and be like,
well,
okay, well that's what happened.
I heard that there's a lot of like they're getting a lot of tips for these current unsolved mysteries, so I believe there'll probably be another season with updates.
Okay.
But there's one that's wild where a woman, this is not funny, but a woman like she gets a call. No, I'm just laughing because this woman is a hairdresser. She gets picks up a phone where someone has to like reschedule an appointment. And then between the end of that call and 13 minutes, she disappears. Completely disappears. And it's so freaking obvious that her husband murdered her. He hated her son because he was super, super jealous. And the stepdad's like, well, the son was jealous of me and my relationship with his mother. It's like, never, no, that absolutely not. Like he was cuckoo cuckoo. And then he's like, listen, I have a degree in criminology. Okay, I know that you're going to expect me to be the murderer. And I'm like, yeah. 2 days after his mom goes missing, he changes the locks. He's like, yeah, I hated the son. Okay. Then 2 years later, they discover the body. He has the funeral director lay her bones out, like in order, like a human. And then he like holds her hand and kisses her skull. Murderer. He's the murderer.
Yeah, that's psycho.
And the cops are like, yeah, his alibi kind of checked out. Kinda. Follow up.
Oh, Shauna says that one's so sad. It looks like everyone here has watched all the episodes.
I know
So
you're taking the long walks.
No,
We're all
I'm
here.
not taking long ones. I'm trying to do so many different things.
Jenny really liked the UFO episode. I really wanted to like it a lot. But there was just some things where they were like, everyone called into the radio station. And then they cut to this like current day radio DJ. He's like, the radio was different back in those days.
I saw a UFO in my life, so I believe they exist.
Oh, I believe they exist as well.
I've seen it.
I saw some crazy stuff in LA too, just in the sky. And I was like, that's a UFO.
Well, down here, you're near a lot of like bases and stuff like that. But like I saw it in Toronto.
Cool.
Well,
I mean,
actually,
allegedly.
No, I saw it and I can't identify it. So to me, it's an unidentified flying object.
Damn.
For true. I don't know what's happening to me. I think quarantine is like, it's my brain's just atrophying. I'm dying. This is what happens. I think I'm just going away.
Do you have to do your Chloe Ting workout today?
Yeah, I was gonna do it beforehand, but then it just got too tight. Schedule got too tight.
Yeah.
But I've done them all. Like I haven't fallen on any of them. So
Jenny says they needed a lot more investigation rather than just storytelling. I craved going deeper. Me too. Needed it. Needed way more. No, I get that. I get feeling a little out of it. And I mean, we've been in quarantine. I mean,
it's a long time now.
Remember when we were like, it'll just be 2 weeks. We're
because
going live
when
every
it
day.
started, not long after we started this trivia night that we do on Saturday nights with a few friends. So we do that. And I think we did week 19 this Saturday, which means we've been in quarantine for more than 19 weeks.
You know that I've really never done trivia. I think I've done it twice.
It's getting difficult because when you do it with friends, you're like, great. Like the first week I did, I was like, okay, great. So I came up with all these questions that are very like, it'll be hard to answer, but not impossible to answer because that's the trick. But then I did it and I was like, well, that wasn't fun. Everyone else is doing these fun things. So then you go like, great, how do I make it fun? So the next week you come in with like a few movie clips and you're like, great, I'm going to play a bit of this movie. It's just one famous line. You got to tell me the actor that said it. I'm just going to play the audio actor that said it in the movie. And you're like, okay, great. Then the next week you're like, great, here's a picture with a bunch of people that make cameos, but I'm going to blur their faces in this movie. And you got to guess what the actor is that made the.
Holy crap.
But by week 19, you've done all of these different sort of things. And you're like, So when quiz day comes up, you're like, oh God, I gotta fucking think of a quiz for tonight for trivia.
No
It's gonna be
thanks.
fun. Okay. Uh, and so like it feels like you're writing a sketch and you're just like, okay, I gotta think.
So I
this
could
one's
do a
gotta be good.
question of like a blurred picture. Okay. And I would say this person is the human equivalent of a puka shell necklace.
Great. And we'd have to know it was Zac Efron. Great. But no, lately we've been doing so like every household has their question round, so you all ask like whatever.
Right.
And then the last one we've been doing has been doing the newlywed game. So we've all been like,
Okay.
you know, trying to
Yeah.
get divorces on this as well during all this.
Oh God, I don't remember. I don't remember anything. Those are always tough. Because my response is always like,
I do like that when you're just like, because then it's just more personal and you just have a fun time.
no, totally. But the difference is I know what I want the answer to be. I also know the real answer. And that's the tragedy.
Yeah.
Well, before we end, I do want to say, I know we were talking a lot about TV today, but I have to tell everyone a show that they must be watching because it's incredible is Canada's Drag Race. Canada's Drag Race. It is so amazing. The queens are so talented. It's really, really good. It's really good.
Do we get it because we have a lot of listeners down here? Is there a way? Do you know how to get it in the United States?
I don't want to say to download it. If you're taking a walk on the internet, and
maybe this is something I'll check out and see if if it's offered on anything down here.
I'm hoping that it is. So at first I was not a big fan of Jimbo, which is a drag queen, who's also like a clown from Vancouver. Fully come around. So performative, like so funny. Jimbo's so great. Lemon is amazing. Priyanka from Toronto is just a dream of dreams of dreams. I also love Boa. So there's so many amazing queens. And it's just great to support.
Oh, that's great.
Really, really, really good.
I'll see if I can find it. Like, it's got. I mean, when there's so many goddamn streaming services now, that someone's got to be carrying it somewhere.
And it's really funny because sometimes you see people where you're like, I think I worked with them on something. So there was the sound engineer I was watching with people, and we had recognized them. I believe Jan's still listening. I think he worked on a show that she worked on, and they were like, kept telling him he was really hot. I agreed. So we had a lot of fun being like, I think I've done a show with that person. So that's always fun too. Just sweet little treats, but it's really, really good. I love it.
Great.
John, that's his name. Jan. Very cute man. He had a little mustache. Okay. So
that's great.
I was into it. Do I have anything else? Oh, so someone brought this up also to me. I'm going to have to find it on my Instagram because someone reached out from the regulars. And was like unaware of this piece of information, this pop culture essential information. And of Mouse and Mutts sent this to me. So I'm going to try and pull up. It won't let me pull up.
Well, you're looking up that. I'll let everybody know again because now we're back.
Carly.
We're live. We're killing it.
So Carly messaged me on Instagram and couldn't believe that Diane Keaton has an Instagram. Let me tell you, where have you been? We all have to be following Diane Keaton on Instagram. She is incredible. She does like tours of her home, tours of her clothes, tours of her art. She talks about design. She is beautiful, wonderful, perfect.
It's fun because when you came on today, I was like, this outfit is like Diane Keaton-ish from like, you could be in one of those like, Melanie Griffith. This is a Melanie Griffith outfit, I think.
Thank you. Well,
you're gonna make your own movie called Working Gal, and this is gonna be the thing.
I work at a Subway sandwiches.
Yeah.
I finally.
But you want to like spice it up and make it nice. Like
I'm the woman who introduced spinach as an option for the sandwiches. No more iceberg. Not where I work. But Diane Keaton has an amazing Instagram. Also, I mean, this might not be the podcast to unpack it because I don't know if you'd be ready for it, Jason. and I'm not a huge like royal supporter, but something happened that I need to discuss. And that is, I believe Princess Beatrice did get married in maybe truly the most like gorgeous, stunning, most beautiful wedding I've ever seen in my life. And her they kept calling it a hand-me-down dress. It's like a stunning vintage gown from her mother that she redesigned, was
What's royalty?
breathtaking. Breathtaking. The
It's
whole
royalty. They
vibe.
got to.
Oh, Jan, I've got a head for sandwiches and a bod for sin, and also sandwiches. Working gal. I'm making a poster. I've just copied that from Jan. Yeah, it was incredible. You don't care about that, but I'm wondering if anyone in the
No, I
chat or
care about
anyone
it.
listening was on, my favorite news source, which is people.com. It is stunning. If you're looking for something to brighten up your day.
I think I brought this up last week because last week, if you haven't heard, we just had some co-hosts on. It's only available as audio, as a podcast. We had the great Adam Colley. We had the great Jen Caruana come on.
Yes.
It was so fun. And Leslie Seiler. And I think I brought it up in one of them, but have you, because Mike O'Brien, do you follow his Instagram?
Michael Bryan, of course.
Yeah. It's some of the funniest stuff I watch when he's just like, he talks to D Nice, that DJ, and it's just like throws up comments. And
I love how see, this is the thing. So I'm going to start doing some Sunday night live streams. I think I've decided to talk about the things that I care about, which is beautiful weddings. And you can talk about my future boyfriend, Michael Bryan, basically trolling a DJ.
It's a very nice troll. I don't know if it's a troll, but like,
oh my God. Can we see, are we seeing this? Hold on. This is not.
Can you put it in the Zoom one as well?
No, this is not focused. Okay. Thank you, Shauna, for looking at the dress. Jenny, who owns an amazing wedding planning company. Jenny, I need to break this down because I need this in my life. I need this whole vibe in my life. Princess Beatrice, my favorite goofy grin royal, says Annie, I love her. I just, every time there's a royal wedding, I just hope that the groom is not a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
I'm listening, but I'm also trying to look up this dress. So now I've seen it.
I'm just hoping. Her dress is just...
that's a good dress.
The flowers make me emotional. They're so beautiful. Oh my God.
And he looks like a Disney prince. Like it's a whole sort of like English prince.
Her hair color is the one. It's the one. Sorry about it. Sorry to hear about it. Sorry to live it. It's the best. Anyways, it really came out of nowhere, and I am just in love with him.
Oh, is she's Sarah Ferguson's daughter?
Yes.
Although they've got a picture with her next to Sarah's dress. No.
It doesn't. I feel like they just use the same fabric, but her dress is stunning.
Oh, they're different. That's not. She didn't use her mom's dress, right?
Yeah.
She used it differently.
No,
that's not the same dress in any way, shape, or form.
But they took the fabric.
It doesn't even look like the same fabric. It looks very different.
I think it's the same bodice. Same bodice, different.
Guys, go check it out. Yeah, on people.com, they've got Sarah Ferguson and Princess Beatrice side by side.
Anyways, I don't know if people are still with us or listening to it, but I've just been finding it every time I'm checking out Celebrity Goss, and there it is.
Fun.
Well, everyone, we really did it.
We're back.
We're back. This is amazing. We're back on Wednesday. We're going to have some chitty chats. We're going to I think we should pick a cocktail for Friday and have a nice little Friday casual cocktail. I'm not sure what it'll be. I did go to a winery. Who am I? Where am I? Okay. So I bought a bottle of wine.
We just went through an hour. Like, you at the end, I bring something up and you're like, how did we not bring it up? You didn't bring up you went to a winery?
What are you going to say?
Oh, we're going to talk about going to that winery.
I mean, I had some wine.
All right.
I bought some
my
wine.
experiences are always different. I've only been to a winery, I think, twice in my life. But both times I'm like, this is great.
I know, but I was like on my way. We were like all on our way home. So.
Oh, I see. So you didn't really go nuts.
Oh, let me tell you, I wasn't dead by 11. And there was nothing wrong with that. But
I don't know if Sila is okay with me saying this, but on Friday we kind of jumped back into casual Fridays a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I did get a photo of her by like 6 p.m. from her husband just asleep on the couch, being like, "Yep."
Leslie Seiler,
she got into it.
first of all, you had truly the best guests ever. Like Adam Colley, a treasure. Two Little
Mhm.
Sandwiches, we adore. Like
Mhm.
she is our idol. Leslie Seiler, like, is the epitome of a party. Like she is so funny. She brings the right vibe every time. She's always going to make sure everyone has a good time, a good drink, a good plate of food. Like she
Pride yourself
truly
on it.
is the gem of gems. And I just can't believe I didn't get to like throw down with, truly the best of the best.
Yeah. And her husband was bringing her drinks during the podcast.
I mean, that's what it is, right? That's what it is. I've been dying for
great.
a soda water. Anyone?
One of the raccoons will bring it. You're good.
Oh my God. Don't even.
Anyways,
okay, we will be back on
so great.
Wednesday. Thank you for hanging out with us. Keep doing your Chloe Ting thing. I hope Jason has a really good workout today and tomorrow. I certainly will, and be updating. I'm really excited. There's a Britney Spears ride on Peloton that I will be doing this afternoon. So very excited about that. But until then, we will see you on Wednesday. If you are listening to this, you can watch us at youtube.com/theregulars. We also, if you're watching this and you want to re-listen, we also have an audio version. So you can do that, and follow us on Instagram at The Regulars Podcast, because we are updating our Chloe Ting journey. And if you're on the journey or whatever, tag us and we will share it.
Yeah.
Just like Jason just said. So we will see you all Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.